Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I know it's been a while, but I thought I'd make it worth the while because right now I'm sitting in an M5 F90 competition pack. Now I know that the new G90 and the G99 M5 has been launched, and there's been so many, like, say, press shots and everything like that, and the car looks amazing, but that car's going to be well over 100 grand. Now for those of you that have got a budget of about 50k, you can probably get yourself into one of these. So the best thing about this M5 is that it's unmodified at this moment in time. I've been out in like M5s for the channel as well that have had some kind of, you know, stage 1 or a stage 2 tune on it, but I've not really experienced an unmodified M5. So this is going to be quite key for me to get behind the wheel and actually see what this car drives like. I'm really excited and I hope you guys are too. I'm now going to give you a quick walk around of the car. So this M5 is finished off in the Alpine White. In my opinion, it's quite a rare spec because you don't see many of them in this colour. Alloys 20-inch, finished off in gloss black. That's a personal preference. Around the back you've got the carbon diffuser, you've got a black lip spoiler, and obviously you've got the mandatory quad exhaust tailpipes. I do like the way this car is finished off because it's quite tastefully done. You've got the carbon accents as well, so you've got the carbon side skirts. Of course, being an M car, you've got the carbon roof as well. Around the front end, I really like the way this car's finished off. So from the lower part of the bumper, you've got the carbon accents. Moving upwards, you've obviously got the gloss black grills. Then on the headlights, this is the only modification that the owner has done. You've got the yellow DRLs, which I think on the Alpine White look absolutely amazing. So if we now move into the interior of the car, the seats are like the best part of this M5 experience. They look really comfortable, and I'm sure on that drive they will feel like that as well. The spec of this car in terms of performance: 4.4 litre V8 engine mated to an 8-speed ZF gearbox. Power wise, it produces 600 horsepower stock with about 750 newton meters of torque. A lot of the kit in this car has been carried forward, let's say, from the regular 5 Series as well, but there are some things that are specific for this car. So for example, you have got like a M5 steering wheel, so you got the M1 and M2 buttons up here. You got the nice carbon flappy paddles around here. These seats, like I said before, they are so supportive. They're electrically operated, they're cooling, and they're massaging as well as heated as well. That's quite a, I'd say, quite a rare option in most cars that I've kind of been in. The center console here is very functional. Yes, we have got physical buttons for pretty much everything that we do, and again you've got the infotainment screen here, which is very BMW like as well. We've got full screen Apple CarPlay. Okay guys, so I'm now driving the M5. Like I said before, this is not a modified car, it's stock. I've been driving this car for, I'd say, probably about half an hour to this point now, just to get like my bearings on the car and kind of put together some initial impressions. And the first thing that I noticed is how comfortable this car is. I mean, it's an M5, that's what they're meant to be about, but these seats are amazing. The driving dynamics on this car, it's a large car, but it really handles the road really well. And the power, like I said, it's a V8 4.4 litre 600 odd horsepower, and it puts that power down on the road really well. Obviously it's 4-wheel drive as well. I am in the Fisher mode, but it's just crazy how quick this car is. For such a large car, I mean, the handling is just sublime. It's not even lowered or anything like that. It's completely stock, and it just feels amazing just to, like, you know, be behind the wheel and kind of get down the road. I mean, this car only weighs about 1.85 ton. The new G90 and the G99 M5s are well above, like, say, 2.2, 2.3 tons, and, you know, of course they got more power, so you're not really going to feel like, you know, it's going to be quite a slow car, but if you are in the market looking for an M5 and you're kind of thinking, okay, you've got like a 50 to 60k sort of budget, and you might be thinking, do I spend a little bit more getting like say the newer model? I'd probably just save some like money and get yourself into one of these. You won't be disappointed. I mean, I've driven a number of M5s, and every time I get into one, they just feel so special. The thing that I really like about the M5 over like say, let's say my M4 is how effortless this car is to drive. The M4 is like a out and out sports car, like for example that you can go out, have a hoon around it, it'll make quite a bit of noise and whatnot. This car is fairly like refined. It's an M5, I mean it's business class at the end of the day, and you can really feel relaxed. I've got like massage seats on right now and they're cooling me down as well, and it's just an amazing kind of package. But I know that as soon as I flick like the M1 button, everything turns up. I'm now all in Sports Plus on the steering, the suspension, the throttle, the gearbox as well. Let's drop it down a couple of cogs. And it just pins you back, man. I mean, this thing is, it's rapid. The head-up display changes as well, so it's just... you can just see there, it's so responsive to the throttle. The exhaust, I was surprised how stock this exhaust is. I thought the exhaust was modified. As you hear there, and obviously X-Drive, which means you can do something like this. You don't have to worry about the car facing the other way. Yeah, this thing is no joke. I mean, there's a few M5s that I've been out in which have had like a tune on them and whatnot. I honestly think that this out of the box is set up just so right. The power delivery is so linear and all that torque that you get as well. It's just awesome. I mean, at times I have noticed that some tuned M5s that I've been in, certainly I've been in quite a few on and off the channel. Some of them, if they're not tuned right, they actually ruin the whole experience. Oh, what a car, man, this is. The brakes are really good, and you really need some good brakes on this, and obviously the tyres, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres on this as well. It's just amazing. Yes, exhaust sound, and you get that kind of a boom when you change up as well, which is amazing. The whole experience just kind of gets together here. Guys, we've got a Porsche 911 GT3 RS right in front of us. I mean, look at that for a convoy today. An M5 and a GT3 RS.
Go on, copy, do your best. Listen.
Just going to illustrate the X-Drive here. No slip whatsoever, and that was me planting it around that corner as I turned into, like, say, this road. Can't really like express how good this X-Drive system is. This whole car, if I was to sum it up, it's like a well-planted beast. You know, at times, like when you are fully gunning a car and it's like you start to feel a bit of torque steer, or you might just feel the back end going, this does none of that. It's totally well planted, and that gives you confidence in driving this car. I mean, you don't have to drive like a hooligan all the time, but it just gives you confidence when you're going to go for the overtake. You ain't going to spin off. I mean, I've got friends who've got M4s and M3s and whatnot, and you know, no matter how good that setup is, you're always going to get like a bit of a slip. I mean, that is the F80 and the F82 M3 and M4s that I'm on about there. And again, the other thing about this is the weight of this car, the 1.8 ton, 1.9 ton. That in today's kind of money, that's like a G80 M3. That weighs like around the 1.8 ton. So this for an M5 is very nimble, and I think all of that plays really well into how this car is for the road. I absolutely love this thing. So guys, I'm now going to wrap up on this F90 impressions with. That is what it was, and impressions with no more than that. The F90 has been around for quite a number of years, and I wanted to get back into one, especially one that was unmolested and in stock form. This literally lived up to that spec. Now, one thing that I will say is there's going to be many guys and girls out there who's probably going to go and buy the new car because it's a new model, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for those of you that are thinking about getting an M5 for the first time, and you might be looking at this car thinking, is it actually still like modern enough? It certainly is. The performance on tap is just amazing. I mean, this car, if I was to compare this to my M4 feels like my Golf GTI compared to this. So the power in this is immense. I hope you have found this informative, enjoyable to watch, and hopefully guys, I'll see you on the next one, maybe when this car is tuned. Take care, bye.